This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
Just
this
stop.
is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Here we are again. Happy Monday, everybody. Good weekends across the board.
Great.
Yes.
Busy, but fun.
How you feeling, Sam? You were a little under the weather.
I had flu A.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, so I had flu A, and thank goodness
Wait, what is that?
So it's one of the 4 strains that are out right now, and if you get tested, you can find out what you have, and you can get on Tamiflu. Got on Tamiflu, knocked the symptoms right out of the body. I feel better.
All right.
Tamiflu?
Tamiflu.
Not Theraflu?
Tamiflu. You got to get a prescription for Tamiflu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where did under the weather come from? Does it have an obvious meaning?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You ever say things and you're like, huh? I like those little things.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a good TV show. Good TV.
Put
All
that
right.
in your
Sadly, I
pocket.
would watch that.
All right, we could talk about that, or we could talk about Taylor Swift all day. Let's go with B, shall we? I'm sure many of you saw yesterday the Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl, likely with their most famous fan, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce celebrated the big win with an incredible moment on the field. Let's take a look.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
There were also some great games on yesterday. Just moments before that, big kiss. Taylor followed Travis's mom, Donna Kelce, onto the field, helping Taylor get to her man. So are you guys with this? Are you over this? Where are you feeling? Because we had 2 more weeks at the most of it right now, because the Super Bowl's in 2 weeks, and then it'll kind of fade off of us talking about it, hopefully.
Erica?
Yeah, I love a great storyline. This is a great storyline. It's a moment in time, and also, take the Taylor Swift out of it. Have you ever been with someone who is watching and supporting someone that they love in their most winning moment?
Beautiful.
It is like one of the most overwhelming feelings to witness something like that. Like it's all consuming, like that you get to see someone celebrate the love of their life having their big moment. And that's what it is to me. Regardless of who they are, that's just an overwhelmingly beautiful feeling.
No, I think that's why we're different. You're such an optimist. I'm just like, well, it's all downhill from there. Honestly, if this is the best, every other day it's going to be worse.
No.
But
The Super Bowl would be downhill.
yeah, well, I was going to say, Jeff, you asked, is this what Eric was saying, is this a good storyline? I would say, yes, this is a good storyline. To make this an epic storyline, he needs to win the Super Bowl and he needs to propose.
Propose.
Yes, I'm with that.
What is he, the prom king?
Who else is he going to date after this, Jeff?
No.
What is he going to go back on Hinge?
Propose at the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
True.
Yes.
Erica, he cannot date
Al.
another woman after Taylor.
Do you
It's
have to
over.
propose during the no?
That would be iconic, Al.
Thank
that
you.
would be
Would
a
it-
pop
No, it
culture
would-
moment and a
Sam.
sports moment in history. And I'm just thinking about my daughter and all the other Swifties watching it in real time. And let me tell you, she will be hooting and hollering. Yes, I said hooting and hollering.
Yeah, you did.
But I do think that this is something that could be a possibility, Erica,
Sam.
because they like to turn it on for the fans.
Sam,
You don't like it.
you
don't like it.
seriously gonna ride with Alan?
Well,
Yeah.
Erica, you're
Yeah.
acting like there's not such a thing as quick proposals.
You cannot.
You meet people all the time.
No, you can't just. First of all, I am anti just shoving a proposal into another big event.
Where did that proposal just come from?
Shoving it on.
And where's it going?
No, let your birthday be your birthday. Let Christmas be Christmas. Let Super Bowl be Super Bowl, and your proposal should be a completely different thing.
Yeah, why
There
would you
should
do it when
not-
people are watching? Who proposes like that?
Because it's not for everybody else. When my husband proposed to me, he proposed to me in our 550 square foot apartment with the floors ripped out because we had a flood, and it was just the 2 of us. That was it.
So Taylor and Travis need to recreate that scene?
Yes.
I think the 50-yard line of the Super Bowl with the entire world
oh my
watching.
gosh, that would
Yep.
be a mockery
Yes,
of
Al,
everything.
yes.
Sam,
I'm feeling it.
So
I'm sorry, Erica. I'm feeling it. Sorry.
We're going to have to talk later.
Listen, I think people who get engaged on television are losers. Who in the world would do that?
Yeah.
Who would do that? All right, everyone is also talking about how Taylor is going to make it to the big game. She'll be performing in Japan the day before. So according to GMA's Laura Spencer, it involves time travel. Whatever her name is, who cares? Let's look.
Tokyo is 17 hours ahead of Vegas. Most likely, she wraps up her show around 11 p.m. Saturday. That's 6 a.m. Saturday Vegas time. So if Taylor hops on her plane right after the show ends, or even an hour later, she can cross the Pacific. That will take about 13 hours to cross the Pacific. That puts her in Vegas by dinner time that same day. Taylor will literally be traveling back in time to land earlier than when she takes off, which means she can have a nice meal, get a good night's sleep, and make the Super Bowl to cheer on the Chiefs with no problem at all.
Yeah.
I've done that, but the other way.
I've done it too.
Talk to us.
No, you go first.
Oh, I was doing a show in Australia, and I flew the day before my birthday, and I lost my birthday. My birthday is June 29th. I left the 28th and landed the 30th. So my birthday just didn't exist.
So yours was backwards.
Yes, I did. That's why I said I did it the other way. Yeah.
See, we were in. It was Tokyo to Denver, and we celebrated New Year's Eve twice.
Fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because we flew from.
I just left so many jokes right there, but yeah, go ahead.
No, we flew.
I always know where Al's mind is.
I don't know what's happening.
We'll talk.
What do you think it involves?
I know exactly what it involves if it's Al's brain.
Of course.
And the funniest part was he didn't even let me finish my story that we started in Bangkok.
Oh.
It adds to the story.
See,
Wow.
you gotta really set
And
me
they
up to get
shoved an
fired.
engagement in there. That didn't hit.
It
It was pretty good.
It was good. I got you.
And it's probably better that it did. All right. There was another moment that went viral during the game. Check this out. Taylor backs off when she sees Travis's brother Jason, right? To let the brothers have a little brotherly moment. Let's watch here. Oh.
We'll see how it goes. Let's do it. I love you. Oh man, I would have liked it. You're the best in the world. You know what I mean? I know it wasn't easy. I know it's a hard year. You guys too. Take it up now. One more about it. Oh baby, about it. Yeah, dog. Love you.
Oh my God, I didn't expect
I
to get
like that. I
emotional.
like
That
that
was awesome.
moment.
Yeah.
You know, that's real. I just don't see a scenario where this storyline doesn't play out with Travis, with his brother, with the Chiefs not winning the Super Bowl. Do you not see this playing out?
You know what?
perfectly?
Looking at that clip, I could barely understand what they were saying, but I didn't need to. There's just some moments, and Jeff, I don't know if it's because we're fathers, but we talk about openly crying all the time. I made a point, since I've lost some friends, to say we say I love you when we get off the phone.
Yes.
I think there is a new generation of even older guys, my age, 45, that say I love you to their friends, where my father, I don't think that would have crossed, that just wasn't a thing.
Right.
But I see men getting emotional, and I don't see as much chastisement.
On top of that, and I agree with you, it's the blood, sweat, and tears of athletes. Like,
You know about this, yeah, on a
I
different level.
got so emotional watching that because they're watching all there, and I know this isn't the first time for him to be at the Super Bowl, but it doesn't matter. This is all of his hard work coming to fruition, and dang, that feels good. And
That's a
that's
great
a good
angle.
feeling. Yeah.
All right, coming up on DBL, we're talking with the one and only Daryl DMC of Run DMC. He's telling us all about a new docu-series that reveals never-before-told stories about the iconic rap group. Plus, Justin Timberlake returns to SNL with new music, and why is Britney Spears apologizing to JT now?
Really excited to talk about the Justin Timberlake thing because I learned so much insight from, and I get it, it's her story. There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. But I listened to Britney's entire audiobook and 5 hours long. And a lot of it has to do with the relationship that she and Justin had because they grew up together in the Mickey Mouse Club. She was best friends.
About this in a second.
Oh, I know, but I'm not going to give all these details because I don't have enough time. So just so you know, if you read the book or listen to the audiobook, the reason why her fans, and I'll save most of it for the panel, but a lot of the fans are upset by what, and I won't give anything away, but by what Britney went through with Justin. And it's now backfiring on Justin's brand new album. So I'll talk more about it when we do the panel.
What do you think about kind of retroactive retribution for things that people did in their 20s? It was such a different world. It was like, it's easy to kind of go back, but like this is a world in which we all sat and watched Whitney Houston's show with Bobby Brown and watched him disintegrate. On television. We watched The Girls Next Door with this 80-year-old gross guy, kissing 18-year-old girls in the mouth, and everybody's like, I like this show. Anna Nicole Smith. So it's like, we never demonize ourselves, but the society was different. It was not as good, I don't believe.
But Justin Timberlake also has this track record in the industry to not be the most faithful on every single girl, not just Britney Spears, and to get away with things that a woman couldn't get away with. We know what happened with Janet Jackson. We know what happened with some of his exes. We know what happened with Britney. So yeah, could this all have been condensed into his 20s and he's a better person now? Perhaps, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Welcome back. That was Justin Timberlake performing his new single Sanctified from his latest album on SNL over the weekend. Justin also reunited with his buddy Jimmy Fallon to perform their funny skit impersonating Robin and Barry Gibb. It's really funny. I love when they do that together. Britney Spears has taken note of JT's so-called comeback and even wrote an apology to him on Instagram, writing, quote, I want to apologize for some of the things I wrote about in my book. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry. Britney also praised Justin's new single, Selfish, and said his other song, Sanctified, is wow, too.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Toby Wigway, who Justin was performing with. Toby was the heart and soul of that performance and deserves all of the accolades.
Well said.
If you don't know who Toby is, please follow him. He is absolutely, first of all, he's responsible for such songs as Try Jesus, Don't Try Me Because I Throw Hands, okay?
Oh.
Yes, you gotta check him out. He's amazing.
What about Justin and Britney?
I'm just saying.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm saying Justin kind of has this thing where it leans very heavily on R&B and soul and gospel, and he has, to his credit, given credit to where credit's due. But I do think it's important that people understand what 50% of that performance
Well
was.
said, Erica.
Let's get to the gossip.
Okay, so let's get to the goss.
The hot goss.
Okay, so I listened to Britney's entire audiobook, 5.5 hours of it, and it is dang good, and it is very juicy. And listen, Justin Timberlake, his new album, that new single is fire. He's very talented. You can't take that away from him. If you are a diehard Britney fan, or a Janet Jackson fan, or a fan of some other stars that Justin Timberlake has had entanglements with, there's this running narrative, and you hear it in the book from Britney Spears' own words, is that he cheats. He's not faithful. According to Britney Spears, she was unfaithful one time with Wade Robson. Those are her words in her book. And I get it. There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. But she also states that Justin was not faithful to her many times, but when he had the opportunity to go, and I get it, this is decades ago, but when he had the opportunity to go on any radio show, he would only talk about the fact that she cheated on him with Wade Robson, and then also had that video, Cry Me a River, to put Britney in a place of being the one that ruined their relationship without ever mentioning all of his own infidelity. So there's that one part that the fans are upset about. Then the fans are upset about the part that when she had an abortion, that he pretty much just let her be in the bathroom to carry out said abortion rather than rush her to the hospital because of their reputation. So Britney may be apologizing because of the fact that her single selfish outdid, outloved, outperformed his single selfish because of her fans being still very upset because of what she wrote about him in the book.
Right.
Isn't it poetic justice, though? And it's called selfish.
I mean, it's interesting. And like, you know, Sam and I were talking during the break, and I was like, well, it was a very different world when Justin was doing these terrible things, not exonerating him at all. What I do think it creates, Erica, is I think it gives him an opportunity. Right now, Britney's apologized, and I really think that that's super big of her to have done that. He needs to take this window right now and come out and say whatever he needs to say to show her, like, I hear you, and I did some messed up stuff too, and lay it out. I think this is the time to get it out there. I think he would still take some heat, but I think we're in a different culture where people will be like, 20 years ago, yeah, you were super famous, but like he needs to come now.
All right. We'll see what happens. We'll be right back.
Electronic highway sign humor is coming to an end.
You can't be funny on those signs anymore.
Have you seen the many headlines and social posts that say it's the end of the road for funny electronic highway signs? Like these viral messages meant to encourage safe driving. The posts claim the federal government is making sign writers be more pedestrian. But is the Federal Highway Administration really banning funny messages on electronic highway signs? Let's verify. Our sources are the Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Register, and the 11th edition of the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices for Streets and Highways. The Highway Administration has a road trip-worthy 1,100-page manual for every type of sign you see on the highway, including electronic ones. On December 19th, the Highway Administration released an update that says, messages that are intended to be humorous should not be used as they might be misunderstood. A Highway Administration spokesperson clarified to Verify that the update is just a recommendation, not a dead end, and does not include a ban on humor or pop culture references. Adding state transportation agencies should emphasize keeping drivers' attention on the road while using signs for safety campaigns. So, no, the federal government is not banning funny messages on electronic highway signs, but they are asking sign writers to pump the brakes when the update goes into effect in 2026. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Hip hop is 50, and there's a new documentary that follows Run DMC's rise to legends. Earlier, we spoke to one of the kings from Queens, Daryl McDaniels, aka DMC. Take a look.
At this point, me and D, we were dreaming about making our own stuff.
Grab your rhyme book, we're going to the studio to make a record.
That was the moment I knew hip-hop was going to be huge. They brought more people to the genre.
All this from 2 turntables and a microphone.
Please welcome back to DBL, DMC.
Yes. How y'all doing? What's happening?
We are better now.
Yes.
It will never stop being an honor to talk to you. So I got to ask you, you know, hip-hop is 50 years old. So did you honestly, and we can all hear Biggie's voice in our head, think that hip-hop will make it this far?
No, not really, because you got to understand something. The main intention at the time, once hip-hop started making records and being able to record in the music business, the only motivation and intention was to get your record played on the hip-hop station Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah.
If you do that, then you're legendary. But I remember once we started making these records and some good stuff started happening, I remember being in London and we was doing an interview and the journalist asked Jam Master Jay, they asked Jay, did you ever think hip hop would be this big? And this is 84 and 85. And then Jay says, yes, because it was so big when I first heard it. And then I realized when I heard Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Cold Crush 4, Treacherous 3, Funky 4+1, I felt that. And then Jay felt that and Run felt that. Now we're doing what we were inspired by them. Now, if you look at the documentary, everybody from Ice Cube to Chuck D, Public Enemy, and everybody in between, they felt what we were doing, and then that went on to the next generation and generation. But to answer the question, we didn't see it being a legitimate, respected form in genre in the music business. We just wanted to get one record played Friday and Saturday night.
I think you did that.
Yeah, you definitely did that. So how do you feel when you sit down and you reflect and look back at what Run DMC has accomplished?
Well, I've never realized, Run used to always say this, everybody else got to experience what Run DMC was doing. We didn't because we were the ones doing it. So when this documentary airs, when this Run DMC documentary comes out, I'm able to sit back and not look at myself and my accomplishment, but I'm able to partake in the experience of what Run DMC was able to represent and leave open for everybody else to experience.
Run DMC helped break generational barriers, color barriers, especially when you released Walk This Way with Aerosmith. How did that collaboration even happen?
Well, originally, here's the truth. Originally, don't tell nobody, we was gonna steal their music. We was gonna sample it and rhyme. The original version of the record was me and Run rhyming about how great we are over their music. Rick Rubin, one of the greatest producers in music, he suggested, hey, instead of doing the record over and just rhyming about y'all, do the record over exactly the way the band first originally recorded it. Me and Run was totally against it. Because if y'all remember, our first rock records was Rockbox and King of Rock. Rockbox was the first rap hip hop video on MTV, 84. Then in 85, we did King of Rock. Once they convinced us to do that, Rick took it a step higher. Here's the beauty thing. Now, we could have did that record with just me and Run, the exact remake of Walk This Way. But Rick, he had an insight and a vision that would transform not only hip hop and Run DMC, it would bring Aerosmith back and change music. He said, you're gonna do that record over, but you're gonna do it with them.
Wow.
So when people saw two generations together, it broke down that forced representation of the man-made thing we call a generation gap.
Yep.
The fact that we did it with them, you know what I'm saying? We could have just did it with them. We did it with them. So conceptually, image-wise, and visually, it had a deeper impact with people.
Some things are just serendipitous, aren't they?
It changed the course of the music's history.
1000%. Wow. DMC, thank you so much for joining us. I wish we could talk to you forever.
For sure.
But here's the thing, DBL Nation, you can catch the premiere of Kings from Queens, the Run DMC story, February 1st on Peacock. And as we go to break, let's rock out to a Run DMC classic.
Always
thank you so much. Great to see you.
Yes. So
With a lady who was ready to play. It wasn't me, she was foolish. She knew what she was doing when she told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way. Told this way. Walk this way. Told this way. She told me to walk this way.
On the campaign trail, former President Donald Trump and others have accused presidential candidate and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley of wanting to change the retirement age. During a town hall with Fox News on January 10th, Trump claimed Haley wanted to raise the retirement age from 65 to 74 or 75. Verify reader Lori emailed us to ask if that's true. So let's verify. Our sources include multiple statements that Haley has made on the campaign trail. This claim needs context. What is true is that Haley said that the current retirement age is too low. Here's Haley in an August 2023 interview with Bloomberg.
65 is way too low, and we need to increase that. We need to do it according to life expectancy.
What's not true is that Haley proposed a new age, as Trump claimed, or that it would apply to everyone. In September, during a speech in New Hampshire, Haley promised to keep Social Security and Medicare the same for anyone who is in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and older, but added that she would
raise the retirement age only for younger people who are just entering the system.
So Haley has proposed raising the retirement age, but only for younger Americans. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
It's that time of year when Girl Scouts start selling cookies to raise money for their troops. A tweet with more than 100,000 views claims there are 2 different versions of the famous cookies depending on where you live. So, let's verify. Our sources are the Girl Scouts of the USA and Girl Scout cookie makers, ABC Bakers and Little Brownie Bakers. It turns out there are 2 bakeries that are licensed to make Girl Scout cookies. They're required to produce a type of chocolate mint cookie, a shortbread cookie, and a peanut butter sandwich cookie, but they use different recipes and sometimes even different names. For example, both bakeries make Thin Mints, but use different ingredients and they look slightly different. Little Brownie calls its peanut butter cookie a do-si-do, but ABC calls it a peanut butter sandwich. The bakers can also create their own unique varieties or play off of their rivals. You might know this cookie as a caramel delight made with milk chocolate, but in some places it's called a Samoa and it's made with dark chocolate. Local Girl Scout councils decide which bakery to partner with and which types of cookies their troops can sell. So, yes, Girl Scout cookies are different based on where you live. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Where do you go to escape the daily stresses of life? So according to a survey, a lot of people head to the bathroom. People say a hot bath or a steamy shower helps them switch off and escape things like phone notifications or even their family. So who likes to de-stress in the bathroom? Anybody? You do?
My getaway from the kids. And sometimes they follow me in. So my new thing is I'll actually take a shower and I'll just sit on the shower. And then there's like this barricade, the shower door. So even if they do break in, they see me in there and then they just like feel defeated and then they leave.
Wow.
It works.
I like that Sam just keeps putting up walls to her family until they get the point. Mom needs a break. I dig it.
Mm-hmm. Mom's crying in the shower by herself. All right, do whatever. Jacuzzi can help make your bathroom the perfect place to escape stress. If you want to start your bathroom remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. Call 800-990-3709 or visit jacuzzibathremodel.com. When I think of going in the bathroom, you ever see This Is 40?
Yes.
It's totally like,
Totally.
it really is real. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.